Well, good morning and welcome to our overview of the online course, Making Good Happen. In this course, you're going to be learning how to map out the pathways to a thriving future and how to apply that map to your own life and career. You'll also learn how to apply the good cube to decisions and develop some of the capabilities that you need to make good happen. Now, if you need to dig a little deeper after viewing this overview, you can also take a look at the book, Making Good Happen, Pathways to a Thriving Future. I'm Dr. Robin Wood, the author of the book, and it's available on Amazon in both softback and Kindle versions. So please feel free to take a look at the book for more detail. Now, the contents for this course are drawn from the latest scientific discoveries about how our world is evolving in this era of climate change and technological disruption, as well as new insights into what it means to be human and to thrive in the 21st century. People of all ages, all walks of life can benefit from this course. It's designed not only to inform, but also to inspire you to make better decisions and take more effective action and make a positive difference in the world. As Coanne, the founder of Sustainable Brands, put it in her foreword to Making Good Happen, she said, "Those now moving into positions of leadership want to live a life of authenticity and meaning. This poses both challenges and opportunities for organizations wishing to remain relevant and vibrant in the future." And I would suggest that what Coanne has said about organizations applies equally to us as individuals, our families, and our communities. We can all learn to make good happen and be much more effective in the way we do that. So let's talk about the very first part of this course and also the book. Well, redefining the good life poses a formidable challenge. Today we're shaping a new era which offers us the opportunity to infuse our lives, our careers, and our businesses with a sense of sustainable purpose. How can we tap into and accelerate an emerging new vision for the good life? As a global community of change agents, we have the capacity to co-create a thrivable future, a civilization powered by the sun, by human genius. Now, the challenge is that we have to take some very different kinds of stakeholders on the journey with us. So let's take a look at how we do that and also talk a bit about what good looks like. So, how do we know what good looks like on this journey of collaborative transformation? My colleagues and I in Thrivability and Reporting 3.0 developed a 5-stage map for the journey. It offers a valuable guide to thinking through your own personal strategies and also for organizations a way to rethink corporate social responsibility, sustainability, and much more. Right now, we know that approximately 8 out of 10 people, countries, and businesses on our planet are still in stage 1, business as usual. They're seeking to survive in opportunistic jungles of maximizing profit and late-stage capitalism. Meanwhile, about 12% of places, people, and organizations are moving through stages 2 and 3, where people are taking responsibility for social impacts, and sustainability is emerging as an add-on to business strategies and government policies. But we also see them slowly becoming integrated in some places directly into the current business models and strategies. On the right-hand side, we find a hopeful trend where perhaps 8% of places, people, and organizations are moving toward net positive and thrivable lifestyles and strategies. Now, the work we're doing is both designed to support the leapfrogging that can take place through the stages so that we can meet the demands of the next few decades. These are crucial decades for our survival and thriving, and it's also a time to look for much more radical solutions. So let's talk a bit about the secret to making good happen. So is there a secret to making good happen? Well, at the beginning of this journey, I'm going to tell you my secret, and that is that we need to engage our imaginations with desirable outcomes. This is in order to rewire our brains, literally, and the minds of the people around us. It allows us to see all the possibilities that were outside of our scope of vision before we saw those potential desirable outcomes. This way we begin to see ways to make the seemingly impossible possible, moving beyond the stress and anxiety we face daily into a space of imagination and creativity. As the old saying goes, if you change the way people think, nothing will ever be the same. So let's take a look at this map now, the map of the 6 pathways to good by 2050. What's it all about? Why is this useful? Well, it offers us an opportunity to look through a wide-angle lens to see a much bigger picture of the transformations taking place globally. As I speak, there are millions of well-documented initiatives across every conceivable area of human activity. Let's take a look at some of those. Well, we start with better healthcare and education, a core, fundamental requirement for humans to thrive. Then we look at better governance, better markets, and also better jobs. And we see how important the world of work is to our thriving. After that, we have many initiatives promoting good food, healthy diets, and healthy recreation and exercise. Then there are the thousands of projects developing resilient homes and cities and more regenerative design everywhere around the world. And finally, we see that there is much good logistics and packaging and even fashion going circular around the world. So much progress indeed to creating a much more thrivable set of communities, cities, countries, and organizations. Now, the future glue that drives these synergistic innovations is the new global collaboration, building relationships and social capital, much as the events and conferences you can go to where you will socialize, learn, and network. You'll find out how many innovative ideas are fizzing and popping out of the woodwork of businesses, NGOs, governments, and entrepreneurs everywhere. As a result, we're beginning to see the shape of what a redefined good life might look like. Now, some of the desired outcomes here include well-being, lifelong learning, and fulfilling lives without necessarily being tied to materialistic consumerism. Healthy, regenerative economic growth that creates true future value, not just gross domestic product. Sharing circular economies with not a particle of waste. Resilient habitats where renewable energy, power, and construction are automatically embedded in our infrastructure. And a flourishing biosphere where we work with, not against, the web of life. These new priorities, defined by the new good life, can help us build open, regenerative, and inclusive societies with thriving ethical cultures. This snapshot of our emerging thrivable future is totally in your and my hands. You may already be engaged in one or more projects forming part of this evolving tapestry. Imagine what a powerful force for good This emerging global community of change agents, of which you and I form a part, could be using the 6 Pathways map to integrate and synergize our efforts. So, what do we need to do to plot our journey on this map towards the good life and make it a reality? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at in part 2 of this overview of Making Good Happen. And once again, we'll be launching Making Good Happen, Pathways to a Thriving Future, a book written by myself, Dr. Robin Wood, in London and Copenhagen later this year. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again.